I stand on the banks of the Nile, in the heart of Thebes, watching as the funeral procession of King Tutankhamun unfolds before me. The air is thick with incense, and the mourning cries echo through the streets. Today, the boy king begins his journey to the afterlife, and I am here to bear witness to this sacred moment. A warm breeze carries the scent of myrrh and lotus blossoms, blending with the rising smoke of burning incense. Today, all of Thebes mourns, for we bear witness to the departure of Pharaoh Tutankhamun, the boy king who once ruled our land, now bound for eternity among the gods. It is the 4th day of the month of Peiret, in the reign of Pharaoh I, who now holds the crook and flail of Egypt. Though young, Tutankhamun's death has left a void in the heart of our kingdom. His funeral, an event of solemn majesty, marks his final journey through the world of the living. Soon, he will embark upon the perilous voyage across the Duat, where he must face the great trials before standing in judgment before our god of the afterlife, Osiris. Within the sacred halls of the House of Beauty, the embalmers completed their divine work 70 days ago. His body, preserved in the finest natron salts, has been wrapped in linen, layer upon layer, each infused with resins and spells to protect his flesh. Precious amulets rest between the folds, placed with sacred precision. An Ujjat eye to restore his sight, a heart scarab to shield his soul in the final judgment, a Jiyad pillar to grant him strength in the afterlife. At the heart of the ritual chamber stands his golden coffin, a masterpiece fit for a son of Amun. Crafted in the image of Osiris, it gleams with electrum and inlays of lapis lazuli. Across his chest he holds the crook and flail, the emblems of divine kingship, while the goddesses Isis and Nephthys stretch their protective wings around him. Near the bier, a gilded shrine houses 4 alabaster canopic jars, each crowned with the head of a protective deity. The sons of Horus, Hapi, Duamutef, Kebesenuef, and Imseti, stand guard over the pharaoh's organs, ensuring his body remains whole beyond death. The sun sinks lower in the sky, casting long shadows upon the limestone walls of Thebes. At last, the great procession begins. High priests of Amun lead the way, their linen robes white as a morning light, their shaven heads glistening with sacred oils. One walks ahead, carrying a torch, its flickering flame purifying the path before them. Behind them, the women of the royal household follow. Clad in flowing linen, their hair loose and dusted with ashes, they wail in grief. Among them walks Queen Ankhesenamun, her kohl-lined eyes filled with sorrow, a single blue lotus flower clasped in her trembling hands, a final offering of love to her departed husband. The professional mourning women sway and wail, their voices rising in anguish. They are the living echoes of the goddess Isis, who once wept for Osiris, whose sorrow shook the heavens and brought life anew. Their cries pierce the air, a sound that chills the soul, for their lamentations are not merely grief. They are a summoning, a call for the gods to open the gates of the underworld. The people of Thebes watch in reverence, scribes, artisans, farmers, all gathered to witness this sacred passage. Some kneel upon the dust, others press their foreheads to the ground. Incense burners swing, sending thick plumes of kaifi into the sky, filling the streets with the scent of frankincense and cedarwood. The great river, lifeblood of our land, carries the pharaoh on his final earthly voyage. A sacred barge, its bow carved into the shape of a falcon, glides upon the waters. The priests stand aboard, chanting hymns to Osiris, their voices rising above the lapping of the waves. The barge will ferry him westward, toward the land of the dead, where the Valley of the Kings awaits. The torches along the shore flicker, as the vessel disappears into the twilight. It is said that even the Nile mourns this day, for it has carried many kings, but none as young, none whose destiny was so swiftly cut short. At last we reach the hidden place, the necropolis where the great rulers of Egypt sleep. The tomb, hewn deep into the rock, is adorned with spells from the Book of the Dead. Words of power, written in ochre and lapis, promise resurrection and passage into the field of reeds. The opening of the mouth ritual begins. A Sem priest, clad in leopard skin, steps forward. In his hands an adze, an ancient tool imbued with the divine power. With sacred precision, he touches it to the lips of the Pharaoh's golden mask. Awaken, O king, and speak to the gods. May your eyes see, your ears hear, your limbs move freely. Walk forth into the kingdom of eternity. Final offerings are placed, a wreath of blue lotus blossoms, a jar of honey, a dagger of meteoric iron. The stone slab is rolled into place. The tomb is sealed. May your soul live, O king, in the embrace of Osiris. May you rise with the sun. May your name never fade from the temples of Egypt. We do not say goodbye, for a pharaoh never truly dies. He merely walks into the horizon, into eternity. I thank you for bearing witness with me, for honoring a ruler whose reign, though brief, left a mark upon our land and our hearts. May his journey remind us all. Though life is fleeting, legacy endures. Until we meet again under the gaze of the gods, walk in peace and speak his name.